This is a tutorial for how to neatly sew the opening hole of a fabric cube. These fabric cubes for like little small animals such as rats. I'm not an expert sewer. I do know how to do that quick little switch around that makes the opening cute, so that's what I'm going to show you how to do. Now what you need to do this is 2 pieces of fabric. This would be the front of your cube. Now obviously if it was going to be a cube it would have to be perfectly square, but to show you how to do the opening you don't need to see a perfectly square example. You need that, you need a circular template, in this case a can of tuna fish, a marking pin, could be Sharpie, doesn't really matter, just something to mark that circle, and some scissors, and a sewing machine ready to sew. The first step is going to be, to make sure that your fabric is right sides together. So the pretty part of the fabric is all on the inside. That's right sides together. This is the right side, this is the right side. These on the inside are what I'm going to want on the outside when I'm done. Okay, so having the fabric together, then we have to make the opening for our little guys. This essentially the size of the hole is going to be the size of my tuna fish, and you can put it anywhere you want. If you want to be a perfectionist, you could have pressed your fabrics and you could measure this out, or you could eyeball it like I am going to do right now and use a marker of some sort. Unless the pin bleeds through your fabric, no one's ever going to see it because it's going to be on the inside. Okay, so that is marked. Next step is going to be sewing it. So this is going to be an internal stitch. You're never going to actually see it. So I'm just going to, as close as I can, follow my blue mark. And in this case, if I'm not perfect, it doesn't really matter. I just want to make sure that it's pretty circular. This, I mean, I could have pinned it to be very careful, but now I just got to make sure that I end up in the same place. Oop, there I am. And let's take that off. Now here is where we're getting close to the magic, and probably don't even need to trim that. Okay, the scary part, you've got to cut out the hole. At some point you're going to have to do it, so cut it. Somehow get in there. Now, this is going to be my seam allowance, so I want to cut pretty close to my stitching, but not actually getting my stitches. So, and I could be doing both at the same time. I'm just being one done. Get the second one, and I could flip it over, see it from the other side, because you have stitch marks on this side too, so it doesn't really matter which way you do it, because you're stitching allows you to see what you're doing. Now I threaded my sheen with yellow on the top and red on the bottom, yellow on top and red on the bobbin, so you hopefully you can see my stitches better. Now I would, if I wasn't trying to get this done, probably get that even closer to my stitch line. But here's the magic. How do you make that pretty stitch line? Well, basically you're going to stuff it through the hole, okay, and pull it through. Now I'm going to show you exactly what I did one more time because this looks a little magical, and ta-da, there's that pretty hole. That's that pretty circle. Show you again just so you see what happens, because this is the magic portion. This is the part that's hard to understand in all of the written instructions, okay? So I just sewed a circle, cut a hole out of the middle of the circle. What I do is I take there's two pieces, take the top piece, and I stuff him into the middle of the hole. Turn it upside down and just pull him through. So I turned him inside out through the hole, that's all. And then I just need to make this look neat, and it will very much neaten up. It'll neaten up even more if you have less of this here, because that's what's dragging, because I have to turn, right now I'm turning it inside out. So now we'll just neaten that up. And you could press this, I'm not going to do that. And so I'm just finger pressing it so that the cotton, the pretty black and red and white fabric is sitting flat on the top, and the fleece is sitting on the back. And you can see it's looking very nice already, and that's just with my fingers. And there's that. Okay, so I could take an iron and make this look really neat, but even without that, I'm going to now just tack it on down. Now this is the part that will be seen, so you want to be a little careful with what you're doing here. I have this set up differently than you would on probably your machine because I'm using my old Fashion Singer 66. But all I want to do is sew a 1/4 inch, and so on him it's really easy. I just use the foot to show me where the 1/4 inch is, and then just sew carefully, and my thread's getting in my way, but he'll go. And fault using essentially I'm just using the hole itself to tell me where to put it. And I'm sewing slowly here because this is the one that's going to be seeable. You can see, other than that, it's looking pretty good. As I say, this would look better if I was actually had ironed it. Just trying to straighten it out. Now I'm going for the Now in this case, I don't have a reverse on this machine. At some point you'd want to reverse. I'm going to do my version of reversing. And I'm done. Now, not absolutely perfect, I got a little quick on that edge there, but you can see my top stitching, but that is how they do it. And I would have wanted to keep it a little tighter around there, but that's that. That's how they do it.